First, we're going to start up with Ashlei Spivey, who has officially won the race to be District 13's new state senator. This was a close race. So Ashlei Spivey is the founder of IB Black Girl, so kind of a organization that focuses on reproductive health for women. And this is kind of a historic win. So Ashlei Spivey will be the third Black woman ever to serve in the Nebraska legislature. And I have some key facts up here. So, since its establishment in 1937, the unicameral, so Nebraska's legislature, has had 14 Black state senators, and Spivey will be the 15th. The unicameral has only had a maximum of 2 Black state senators at one time, serving simultaneously. And as of November 2024, the 2 Black state senators are Terrell McKinney representing District 11 and Justin Wayne representing District 13, which Spivey will now represent when she's sworn in January. And Ernie Chambers actually served as the longest tenured senator, which I guess we all know, representing North Omaha's 11th district from 1971 to 2009, and then from 2013 to 2021. Do I have it correct that they created term limits because of him?
Because of Ernie Chambers?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they definitely did.
So, yeah, he served from 1971 to 2009. And then he had to sit out for a session and come back in. So, like I said, it was a close race, and we're going to talk about it sometime next week. I actually reached out to Senator-elect Spivey earlier. She said she'd be down to come on and talk about her race and some of the things that she's passionate and is hoping to focus on while she's in the legislature. During her run, she focused on protecting reproductive rights, expanding public health access, and fully funding public education, amongst other things. She wasn't able to come on tonight or the rest of this week because scheduling conflicts. But Tommy, what are your thoughts on Spivey winning District 13?
So it was one that I'd been following because there was actually quite a lot of drama in the primary. But yeah, it was a really contentious one because this is Senator Wayne's seat, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a lot of debate about who should fill this role and stuff, and it being North Omaha. People were making the case that somebody from the Black community should be the one to do it. And before she announced, there was only like Nick Batter and uh, Tracy Hightower.
Tracy
Um,
Hightower Henny. Yeah.
Tracy, yeah, and then yeah, Spivey, I believe she announced kind of late, and then it just kind of made a lot of drama happen. But I was pulling for Spivey the whole way, and I'm glad to see she won. Some people reached out to me last week, and they were like, "She's only up by 65 votes, and there's 335 provisionals. What do you think?" And since I have the reputation as a numbers guy, and I was like, "Well, we'd have
Yeah.
to win 8 provisionals in order for her, in order to edge her out by 1 vote." So I can confidently say that she was likely going to win, and I'm glad I didn't give false hope to people. So
Yeah, her campaign was pretty confident with those provisional ballots, but the anxiety that would set in for me.
I know, but yeah.
But yeah, I think it's quite interesting too. This is going to be the first time ever actually also that there'll be 3 Black state senators serving simultaneously. The other man won Blood's seat that
Oh,
was redrawn.
Roundtree, Roundtree.
Victor Roundtree,
Yeah,
correct. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think when we talked about the redistricting that took place, we didn't think that that was going to be a harder seat to hold
It was
on to.
just as hard. It was just as hard as Jen Day's seat, actually,
Seriously?
by the numbers. Yeah, it was just as hard. And by the numbers, like she was the most endangered incumbent, but that was just as hard of a seat as 49. So like for him to win, like I'm gonna have to credit to probably he's very well known in the community, probably especially the
Yeah,
veteran community there.
even Jen Day outperformed her,
Oh yeah,
kind of like what we were
yeah.
thinking.
She outperformed by a lot, or no, she outperformed a lot. I think she was only 3 or 4 percentage points off when a generic Democrat should probably lose by about 10 percentage points. So
Wow.
I didn't look at the final results though. So
Yeah, so it's gonna be quite interesting. Like I said she's willing to come on, just scheduling conflicts this week, and she wasn't able to make it. But I've had several
yeah.
conversations. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I imagine she is, and you know me, I've told you from the Democratic perspective, it's very important to have a black woman in the legislature, and not because diversity for diversity's sake. It's just that's the Democrats' best demographic, and I think that they've had the Democrats back for decades. I think it's only fair that the Democrats should have their back as well. So I'm glad to see that somebody from their most supportive community is in there now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the importance of having that specific demographic too. I mean, there are a lot of issues that specifically affect,
Hmm.
different demographic makeups, and I think Ashley Spivey, being very in touch with the community. I saw her
Hmm.
during during Juneteenth, the Juneteenth celebrations, and a lot of people knew her. A lot of people stopped by. They knew her by name.
Hmm.
She knew them back. Had conversations. How's your family doing? Stuff like that. Like that kind of talk. So she's pretty engaged in the community and pretty well known. And I think she'll come with a whole lot of knowledge on things that her community is looking for in the legislature.
Hmm.
Same as Justin Wayne, fierce advocate for North and South Omaha, and pushing through legislation and helping advocating for legislation to have criminal justice reform. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, and I was only kind of looking from afar, being a fan from afar, but she probably had to really be a fighter because she had to go up
Mhm.
against a lot of money. Um, yeah, it was like a mountain of money that was spent in the primary, and she made it out. So yeah, she probably fought really hard for that one.
Not only that, like she was out there all the time. Like I always saw her social media posts of door knocking,
Hmm.
canvassing, like pounding the pavement, doing it old
Yeah,
school, like focusing on
yeah.
that. Paired with, social media engagement, but really out there doing she did a whole thing called she did a tour of LD13 where she visited a
Hmm.
lot of like small businesses and shops and different organizations, and posted about that, but really tried to, try to get out there and get in front of the
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I mean, that's how you close the money gap is you put in the work. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.